Hi Dr. Bird, this is Matt Carter from Group 12 and this is our fourth video update for ECE495. In our last video update we generated some ideas and drew some pictures illustrating how we were going to build our initial prototype. Originally we were going to build a box to hold our launch tube, but we found it better to use pipe hangers instead because we can bend the pipe hangers to get the right angle to ensure that the flight path of the ball will be above 6 inches, which is the height of the cups. Once we had the launch tube in place and at the angle we wanted it to be at, we dropped some balls through and we noticed that it was creating a suction. To compensate for this, we drilled holes in both sides of the PVC pipe so when the ball travels through there's no suction, and gravity can also help us with shooting the ball through the pipe. To shoot the ball, we were going to use wheels and attach them to motors. For our original prototype, we had the motors glued to a piece of wood, and this caused problems because when one of the motors set, it was at an angle. So when the wheel turned, it was turning at an angle where the other wheel was level and spinning level. The wheels were also very unbalanced, and when the ball would reach the wheels, it would create a spin on it. And when the ball would exit the tube, it was very hard to determine the angle at which the ball would come out because of the spin. One of the wheels was also too far inside the launch pipe, which caused the ball to slow down when it reached the wheels. This also caused some inconsistency in the flight path of the ball. So to fix that, we're going to use a piece of plexiglass with 2 slits cut into it, and we're going to have the motors connected to another piece of plexiglass that will be able to slide along these slits. This will also ensure that the wheels are not too far inside the launch tube, and also help us adjust as we need to instead of being glued permanently in place. So far we have identified most of our mechanical issues and we are in the process of fixing those, and have been for the past few days. Now we are focusing mainly on our software problems. We're almost done with our servo code by the time for demonstration, but we couldn't figure out all the kinks in it. We have 2 servos we're going to use, one for the gate and one to turn the base as well. These servos are just like the ones we used in our second project, and for our gate design we're going to use this kind of tip, and it's going to let one ball go, come back, and let another one in through here, and then let it go to ensure that we only have one ball going through the pipe at a time. We've also been working on our closed loop control and amplifier circuit. The closed loop control is going to be used on the servo motor to turn the base of our robot. The amplifier is almost done being built. We need one more transistor that Radio Shack didn't currently have in stock when we went, so we're waiting on that to wrap up that and test the amplifier to make sure it works as we project. Our image processing has been going along pretty well. We are, I would say, 97% done with it, and should have it wrapped up within the next day or two. We noticed as a group that along the past few days we haven't all been able to meet at the same time, and some group members feel that others are pulling more weight than some of the other group members. To compensate for this, we've made a list of different objectives for the robot with a certain person assigned to that task. Right now our main focus is our code for our image processing and our servo code, as well as our game strategy, which is also underway as we speak. Altogether, our group is working fairly well. we don't seem to be having any problems other than scheduling conflicts for when everybody can meet at one time. We are still well under our budget, and we will spend this money to improve our robot as we see fit. Other than that, that's basically all our problems and how we have determined to solve these problems. And our next video update will hopefully conclude our final prototype, and that will be done with our project. Thank you for listening.